So what if I told you that the real edge in AI trading has almost nothing to do with predicting the market? Seriously. Today, we're going to break down how the top traders are using AI, not as some kind of crystal ball, but to build an incredible operational advantage, just like a top-tier hedge fund.
Okay, so to really get this, we first need to look at how the vast majority of traders are operating day to day, because there is a massive, and I mean massive gap in efficiency here that AI is perfectly suited to solve.
And this chart right here, well, it says it all. A staggering 90% of traders are still stuck in the dark ages, doing everything by hand. Then you've got another 7% who are trying to use AI, but they're making some pretty big mistakes. And that leaves this tiny little sliver, 3%, who are actually using it correctly to build a huge, almost unfair advantage. Our entire goal today? It's to get you thinking like that 3%.
So, what's life like for that 90%? Well, it's a grind. It's hours and hours buried in spreadsheets, manually tracking every little pattern and trying to label trades. We're talking 5, maybe 10 hours a week just on boring admin work. And the worst part? You're completely stuck with whatever basic tools your platform gives you. It's slow, it's inefficient, and honestly, it's a massive bottleneck on your potential.
All right, now let's talk about that 7%. These are the folks who have started to dabble in AI, but they're making a fundamental mistake that just totally wastes its potential.
And I love this analogy because it's just so perfect. They have a tool with the power of a Ferrari sitting in their garage, but they're using it to just putt around the neighborhood like a golf cart. They've got the right tool, but they're trying to do the completely wrong job with it. And here is the absolute core of that mistake. On the left, you see the wrong way. They ask AI to be a fortune teller. Hey AI, predict where the S&P 500 is going, or is this a good trade? But look at the right way. The way the 3% operate is to treat AI as your personal coding and analysis partner. They ask it to build things for them, like build me a custom alert for this specific setup, or analyze my last 50 trades and find the hidden patterns. You see the difference? One is asking AI to think for you, which, spoiler alert, doesn't work. The other is using AI to build systems that make you a smarter, faster, more effective trader.
So, what's the big secret of the top 3%? It's a complete shift in thinking. They've totally moved on from trying to predict the future and are now laser-focused on building what we call an operational edge.
And that edge is built on this one key concept, operational infrastructure. In plain English, this just means you're using AI to build your own custom toolkit, your own alerts, your own analysis systems. This whole process removes your personal bottlenecks. It skyrockets your efficiency, and it creates a real structural advantage over everyone else who's stuck doing things the old way.
I mean, think about it. The edge in trading isn't really about finding some secret strategy anymore, is it? We all have access to basically the same information, the same charts, the same indicators. The real edge today is in how you operate. It's about your speed, how customized your tools are to your specific needs, and the brutal honesty and accuracy of your self-analysis.
Now, before we get to the really fun part of building all this cool stuff, just a quick warning. How you ask the AI for help is absolutely critical. Things like being way too vague or not giving it enough context, well, that's a surefire way to land right back in that 7% group. We'll circle back to this, but for now, let's get into what you can actually build.
All right, now for the game plan. Let's walk through 5 specific, really powerful workflows you can literally start building right now to gain this operational edge. Here's the framework, the whole shebang. We're talking about custom alerts that give you surgical precision, automating your daily game plan for rock-solid consistency, doing deep journal analysis to find your true edge, building custom order logic to take emotion out of the equation, and finally, an AI-powered trade autopsy for objective, no-nonsense feedback.
First up, surgical precision alerts. I want you to forget about those basic price cross the line notifications. You can literally ask an AI to code an alert that only fires when your exact combination of complex rules is met. You know, like a stock breaking out on high volume, trading above a key level like VWAP. That's the volume-weighted average price, and only if it happens in the first 2 hours of the trading day. See how specific that is?
Number 2, imagine doing your entire pre-market prep in just 5 minutes. Seriously. You can build a template that lets AI scan your whole watch list, pull in the relevant news, check out the pre-market action, and then rank the best opportunities for you every single morning. That's the kind of prep institutional traders do, and you can automate it.
Now this is a big one, objective self-analysis. You can feed your trade history to an AI and have it find patterns you would never see on your own. For instance, it might come back and tell you that your entire trading edge completely vanishes after 11:30 a.m., or that you consistently lose money on one specific setup you thought was a winner. This is like looking at your trading in a mirror for the very first time. It's powerful stuff.
How about we take emotion out of your exits? Instead of selling a winner too early out of fear or holding a loser too long out of hope, you can build custom rule-based exit logic that works automatically. Something like a 2-bar trailing stop. It's systematic, it's consistent, and it executes every single time, without fear or greed getting in the way.
And finally, the AI trade autopsy. Think of this like having a world-class performance coach. After every single trade, you can get objective, coaching-level feedback. You just provide the context of your game plan and what you actually did, and the AI can tell you exactly which rules you broke and highlight the emotional patterns you desperately need to fix.
So the big question is, how do you actually make this all happen? How do you make the leap from the 97% who are stuck spinning their wheels to that elite 3% who are actively building this incredible edge?
Well, it really all comes down to mastering these 4 non-negotiables. First, you have to be specific. Vague prompts get you garbage results, period. Second, you have to iterate. Your first try is almost never going to be perfect, so you have to plan on refining your prompts. Third, and this is huge, you must always verify the output, especially if it's code. Never, ever trust it blindly. And finally, you've got to give the AI context. The more details you provide, the better and more powerful the result is going to be.
Okay, let's make this super actionable for you, right now. I want you to think about your single biggest bottleneck as a trader. What's the one thing that holds you back the most? For example, are you constantly missing your best setups just because you're overwhelmed or trying to watch way too many screens at once?
If you're nodding your head yes to that, then your first step is crystal clear. Start by building custom alerts. Solve that one problem first. Nail it, and then you can build from there.
But hey, maybe that's not your issue. Maybe your biggest bottleneck is that your daily prep is just all over the place. Some days you're totally dialed in and ready to go, but other days you're rushed, you're unprepared, and you're just kind of winging it.
If that sounds more like your reality, then your first step should be to automate your game plan. Create that system for consistency. Get ahead of the market every single morning, no excuses.
The reality is 97% of traders will hear about this stuff and do absolutely nothing. This operational edge is sitting there, waiting to be built, but so few will ever recognize it. So the only question left to ask is, will you?